Hello, and welcome to hopefully another edutaining episode of Create Simple Meals, where you know we only have those 3 rules. You must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. So, I don't know if y'all remember, I think it was about December, we had did the shrimp and grits special right before I went on my whole keto journey. And I had way too much of that shrimp and grit mixture left over. So the next day we used this same topping, we put it over a baked potato, and I'm like, well, I'm not finna waste all this good shrimp and grit topping. So I vacuum sealed it, I threw it in the freezer, and I decided one of these days I'm gonna do something with it. Now if y'all big on TikTok, y'all probably been seeing these fried grit TikToks that's going around. So the idea hit me, why not take out that shrimp mixture that we had, take the grits, fry them up, and then top it with the shrimp grits, the same topping that I put on the original shrimp and grits. So for that recipe, if you go to createsimplemeals.com, just go to the shrimp and grits, and that full recipe is on there, or go to createsimplemeals.com, and if you go find the fried grits, there is a link that takes you to the original grit recipe to show you how to make that. But just to recap that, it was basically a basic roux that we did with flour and or butter and flour. Built that up with some chicken broth, a little bit of heavy cream, some tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and some sausages was put in there, and of course the shrimp. But we're gonna remix that today. If y'all out there, I think we're doing a whole lot better today. I think I have a hard line plugged in for instead of doing the Wi-Fi, so the streaming should be a whole lot better. If you're there, give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know you're there. I do have the streams reset right now, so we should be all good. As always, folks, please subscribe to us if you're on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Like and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. And don't forget to tap into us on TikTok. For this show and all previous shows, visit createsimplemeals.com. You can email me any questions at askme@createsimplemeals.com. Hit that chat button while you're on. You can talk directly with me. And please share this with your friends and your family. All right, so I've already got my grits cooked here. I'm going to go and cut some of them up a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll do that in a second. And then to that, we're going to make up a batter. So you can buy the already seasoned chicken fry if you would like. I chose not to do that. I made up my own. So we got equal parts cornstarch and flour in here. To that, we're going to add just about a teaspoon or so of salt. About a teaspoon. Something tells me that ain't open. Sure ain't. Let me get about a teaspoon or so of some garlic powder. We're going to add in just a little bit of cayenne pepper, about a half a teaspoon of that, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and some paprika. You're going to mix this all up, and then you also add in about a cup and a half or cup and 3/4 of cold water and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because I've already had to mix up, because once you make up that batter, you then need to let it sit in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes so the batter is already cool. But you also have to flour up the grits before you fry them along with that batter. So we're going to use this seasoned flour here to go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and grab the batter. And this here, I'm all the way zoomed in. This here would be the actual batter that we have. Let me just loosen this up a little bit. And just a little bit more water in there too. Now, while we're waiting for this oil to get back up to temperature, we can go ahead and start dipping these things up. Grab me a glove. Boy, some of y'all, especially if you're on the Create Simple Meals group on Facebook, know I'm just getting over COVID again. But at least this time, I didn't lose my taste buds. And so being stuck at home, I started getting these culinary creative genes and juices moving. And last night, I'm going to put this recipe on there. I did a Mississippi pot roast. Yeah, that was the craze 2 years ago. Everybody did Mississippi pot roast. But man, when I tell you I did it with a grilled cheese, I took some homemade garlic butter and I spread it on some brioche bread, topped it off with some pepper jack and grilled that. I don't brag often on my food, but I'm going to tell you right now, that one right there is definitely going to be a Create Simple Meals video in the very near future. All right, let's go ahead. Now, the grits, you make the grits basically however you want to. I know my southern folks gonna kill me right now. These particular grits are extra savory because I made them specifically for the purpose of the fried grits. Typically, you can use any leftover grits, but what I did, I made these up. I did add chicken broth. Family, don't go shooting at me again. But I wanted them extra savory. Also, I added in some cheddar cheese and some pepper jack cheese in here. I almost add some sausages into it too. I'm like, nah, we already got sausages in the actual shrimp mixture. So what you do after you make up your grits, you pour them in a parchment-lined baking sheet and let them firm up. Throw them in the refrigerator, let them get completely firm, and then now we're gonna go ahead and continue from there. So we're gonna dip these in there. We're going to try to do it as gently as possible without breaking them. There we go. And then from there, you want to add that into that seasoned flour. Now, the TikTok video, the dude, I think his name is Fat's Kitchen or Fat Boy Kitchen LA. He used a bag, but I'm not going to use bag. We're going to go and take that out, dust that off, and lay that one there. Let's go see where this oil is at. Oh, good. Our oil is almost there. We're going to go ahead and do 2 of these at one time. Did I cut that one? No, I didn't cut that one. Make sure you pull that paper off of it, because that just wouldn't be good eats. Batter that one again. And I'm going to say this, some of y'all probably already practiced this. Always try and keep a dry hand and a wet hand when you dealing with batters. You just trying your best to break on me, ain't you? And it did. But that's going to be okay. Go and flour that up. Take this one out. Now this is messy, as you see, which is probably why the guy that I saw this recipe from, probably why he uses a bag. Okay. Now, when we letting that get to, we're going to let that sit for just a second. Let me get this out of my way. And I'm also going to clean up this area. And right as this is coming to temperature, we're at 340. As soon as I get to 350, we're going to drop them. But until then, we're going to go ahead. I said I was going to try to start doing drinks. Do me a favor. Go give me that jigger off the counter. I said I'm going to start trying to make drinks. So, this particular drink is called a Red Lion. You take equal part or 1 part gin, 1 part Grand Marnier, half part of lemon juice, half part of orange juice. Shake that on up, and then you're going to make it from there. Now, The reason I chose this particular recipe, because as y'all personal friends of mine know, I normally drink scotch. But somebody brought some Grand Marnier and it was here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do something with it. Last night or yesterday, I had made some, I made some Grand Marnier French toast, and it was bomb. So let's go ahead and get this started. Add a little ice. We're gonna add one part Grand Marnier. I'm making 2 drinks, that's why I'm doing it double. 1 part of dry gin. I'm using Nolet. Half part of fresh squeezed orange juice and half part fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now you can do all that fancy stuff like, you know, garnish your glass or, you know, with what that stuff called, with sugar and all that, but I ain't doing all that. Get at a nice shake, rattle, and roll. Now I'm gonna tell y'all folks, this is literally my first time ever making this drink. I just looked up some drinks that you can make with Grand Marnier. All right, that one's for you. This one's for me. That's pretty good. Again, that's called a red lion, folks. That's pretty good. Let's go and get over to this fryer and fry up right on time. And we're going to fry these for roughly 3 minutes or so. I'm going to lay that one in there. Lay this one in there. Echo, set timer, 3 minutes. Echo, volume 10. Alright, so while we're letting that go and fry, we're going to go and do a little bit more cleaning up and get ready for the big reveal. Give me a pair of tongs so I can lift this out of here easy. I'm gonna tell you right now, folks. Let me see, can I lift them up just a little bit so you can see? It's definitely starting to look nice, golden brown, and pretty. Every time I say pretty, I smile inside. I got a cousin in Alabama. Went to this, well, actually, I'm sorry, in New Orleans, and we went to this restaurant, this famous seafood restaurant. He was like, I said, well, how's the food? He's like, it's real pretty. I guess that southern way for saying it ain't all that good. It looked nice, but it ain't good. And as always, folks, this show is brought to you by the Self-Employed Tax Guy, the first ever tax prep company that was built from the ground up for you and me. Self-Lodge Planning for all your current and future travel needs. Hit up Self-Lodge Planning. For you by Me Creative Design for all your unique gift ideas like plaques and football shirts. And by Petty Phrases. If you have something to say, get you a custom-made t-shirt and say it with your chest. Echo, stop. All right, we are now done. Turn this off. And let's go ahead and give me a favor, one more favor. Grab me a fork. Woo-wee. I'm going to tell you, folks, that when I did this last week when I was testing to see how it was going to go, it didn't look this pretty. Give y'all a closer shot in there. That right there is nice and pretty. Now for that, we're going to go ahead and take this shrimp mixture that's already piping hot. We're just going to ladle that right on top of there. Just like that. You know when the studio audience tell you it's looking good, that makes you smile. It's looking good. She said it's looking good, people. Alright, let's go ahead. Ooh, I'm so glad I didn't warm this up again because this thing is piping hot for real, for real. That grit is fried to perfection. That's it right there. That's absolutely it right there. Look, I know everybody got these gimmicks or whatnot. Everybody come with different novelty things. That is it right there. Take your shrimp and grit game up a notch. Go ahead and fry you up your grits instead. If you're not a seafood eater or you're allergic, you can top with all kind of things. But I'm telling you, that grit as a medium for transferring whatever topping you want is the ticket. Trust me on this one. Just to recap again, we've made some grits. You can make them how you normally make them, or you can go to createsimplemeals.com and look up our shrimp and grit recipe, or the fried shrimp and grit recipe. Make your grits up, add some cheese to them. Then, while they're hot, in a parchment-lined sheet pan, you're going to pour those grits. Let them completely cool. Put them in the refrigerator. Let them completely get firm. Then you want to cut those into squares. Now, I've seen people do squares, triangles, circles, stars. Cut them into squares. Now, then you're going to mix up a batter. Your wet batter is going to consist of 2 parts flour, cornstarch, and you're going to add some garlic, some cayenne, some salt, some pepper, some paprika, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Add about 1 3/4 cups of cold water. Mix that up until it's all nice and right. You're going to take from that. You're going to sit there, turn this thing off. You're going to dip your solid grit cake into that wet batter, and then you want to dip it into some seasoned flour, and you want to fry it at 350 degrees for about 3 minutes. Let that drain, put it on a plate, and top it with your favorite topping, And then after you do that, and after your family tell you how wonderful a cook you are, I want you to email me at askme@createsimplemill.com and tell me what a wonderful job you did and tell me what twist you put on it. Until next week, folks, remember, when it comes to cooking, we only have 3 rules. Gotta have passion, you gotta have patience, and you must be willing to practice. We will see you right back here, especially since I'm healed. We will see you right back here next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Love y'all. Email me and send me some more ideas.